So my guess would be that Apex by Roja Parfums is doing pretty well, which is why they just introduced in 2025, this is brand new by the way, they just introduced the brand new flanker Apex Eau Intense or Eau Intense. This fragrance, despite the designation, is actually quite fresh. There's mint, there's ambroxan, there's helvetalide, there's a lot of other synthetic molecules. And this is a very bright, fresh take on the original DNA. In today's Cephalabon contributor video, I'm going to be giving you my thoughts on this brand new release by Roja Parfums. I'm going to be letting you know what I think about it in terms of the smell, the performance, and all of these great things. I'm also going to let you in on a very special giveaway opportunity courtesy of Twisted Lily. So make sure to stay tuned. Now, before I begin today's episode and I give you my thoughts on the brand new Apex Eau Intense by Roja Parfums, I'm going to talk to you about the smell, the notes, performance, longevity, comparisons, all that good stuff. And also, since I do happen to own all three of them, I'll do my best to compare them all and let you know which one I think you should pick up depending on your taste, your mood, your sentiments, so on and so forth. But before I start the video, I do want to mention that if you're a fan of fragrance-related content, and of course, if you love smelling your best, hit subscribe, hit the bell, and please give this video a thumbs up. It would really mean a lot to me. So this is a Cephalabon contributor video, which means there is a giveaway attached to this video. If you want to participate in the giveaway, which by the way, if anybody knows anything about Roja Parfums fragrances, you know that they're super expensive. So please don't miss your opportunity to participate in this giveaway. Very exciting. All you have to do is follow the first link down below in the description box. It's going to be a link to cephalabon.com. After you become a registered reader on cephalabon.com, just drop a thoughtful comment on the article. It's actually a really simple process, really simple procedure. Best of luck to everybody who's participating. And once again, a very special thank you to Twisted Lily for hosting this giveaway. So anyway, I own the original Apex. And of course, when this came out, I was so excited about it. The little card that comes inside the box. And I knew I had to get this one right away. This is a spicy lavender fragrance. Leans a bit masculine, leans quite mature. Of course, it is marketed for the gentleman. And then, of course, they released a flanker to it, which happens to be, and I'm not even joking, this is one of the longest lasting fragrances in my entire collection. This one is Apex Parfum. These two, as far as the smell goes, are quite similar. Now we have a deviation from that DNA. Of course, you still have some of those masculine attributes and all those classy, elegant, gentlemanly, sophisticated vibes that are found in the original. It's a much fresher take on the original. There's actually a different perfumer for this one, which is quite interesting. The perfumer is not Raja Dove, it's another gentleman by the name of Mr. Coton. I'm going to drop his information down below as well if you want to do some more research on him. But this fragrance has mint. There's this bright, zesty appeal in the opening. There's lemon, there's bergamot, there's also pomelo. Of course, it also has patchouli and some woods and some other green notes down in the dry down, but it does smell quite different from the first two iterations. So I'm gonna let you know what I perceive to be the most significant differences in just a little bit, but let's go ahead and start things off with a quick look at the presentation first. So right as this fragrance opens up, I got this burst of freshness. And I said, wait a second, this is not the original Apex. And I think we saw the same thing happen with Elysium when they came out with the Eau Intense version, which I think I have somewhere here behind me. Yes, I do. So I have the original and I have the Eau Intense version of Elysium. This has a lot more black currant. And of course, after trying it, I realized just how different it was from the original. So I kind of had the same expectation. With an Eau Intense version, the perfumer would inevitably create something that is quite a deviation from the original. And interestingly enough, when I smelled this for the first time, I thought to myself, it kind of smells like a hybrid between the original Apex, but also Isola Blue, also from the same brand. So it has that bright, zesty, zingy freshness, and that is attributed to the surplus of citrus that is in here. So you're gonna get the bergamot and the lemon, and you also have this pomelo ingredient, so it's a very bright, youthful and zesty type of a DNA. As this starts to dry down is when the mature qualities start to come out. Of course, the patchouli, the cedarwood, the other green elements. There's this grass accord in here as well. So it's a very fresh, green, light-hearted type of a fragrance, but one that can still be worn very comfortably in a professional scenario. This is a gorgeous fragrance. However, it's really all going to be contingent upon your personal taste. So at the end of the day, if you like some of the more tropical floral leaning fragrances, I would recommend Isola Sol. If you like some of the darker, more experimental DNAs, I would recommend Nua. I would recommend the original Apex or the Parfum version. If you want some of the more classic and vintage DNAs, I would recommend Danger or Scandal. There's a little bit for everybody in this collection. Of course, you also have the gourmand, tantalizing releases like Sweetie Oud, and then you also have some unbridled, fresh fragrances like Elysium, and then there's also the women's counterpart, which is quite fantastic. Beautiful bottle as well, and I always love the crystals on the cap, but this is a beautiful take on the original. I do have a tester bottle here, so I don't have the cap displayed, but it would be bedazzled just like the rest of the collection. This is such a beautiful fragrance, but again, keep in mind that it strikes a balance between the original Apex and also Isola Blue. So that's the vibe that I get from it. So if you like those two fragrances, if you can imagine a brighter, fresher, more versatile version of the original Apex, that's exactly what we're dealing with here. And I think this is going to be a nice fragrance to throw in the rotation for those who enjoy wearing Elysium, but also the original Apex. So if you want something that kind of fits within the mold of those fragrances where it's masculine but also fresh, I think you're really going to enjoy this one. And again, it's the citrus that really does it for me. And of course, you do have some clean musks, and I also get a bit of a vetiver vibe from this as well. It's rather green, and of course, it's housed in a green bottle, so synesthetically, one would get that impression automatically. But again, I think it's wonderful for the spring and summer. The brand really did some amazing work with this one. And again, if you want to purchase it, I'm going to drop a link down below to Twisted Lily. It is not an affiliate link, and this is not a sponsored video either. I just want to make it accessible for you in case you want to learn about this fragrance, read up on the note breakdown, the description, the perfumer, get more information on it straight from the source. Because again, at the same time, I'm just one man giving you my opinion of the scent. So I want you to do your own research. Don't take my word for it. Don't trust my nose completely. Go out there, try it for yourself, secure a sample, try it on your own skin, see how it works with your pH. And then of course, if you end up loving it, go ahead and commit to the purchase of a full-size bottle. But anyway, wonderful fragrance, bright, fresher, more zesty take on the original. Let's go ahead and finish things off with my overall assessment. So first up, in terms of the uniqueness and the overall smell, truth be told, this is a unique fragrance. It's quite a deviation from the original. So if you're buying it thinking it's just going to be the original with more citrus, that is not what you're going to get. So please be cautioned as a consumer. This is a totally different olfactive experience. Almost imagine a hybrid between the original and Isola Blue. That's the best way that I can describe it in sort of more or less layman's terms. As far as the longevity goes, I personally got 7 hours on my skin. Projection quite loud for the first half hour of application with beyond an arm's length. Arm's length scent at the 1 hour mark, elbow's length scent at the 2 hour mark, skin scent right around that 5 or 6 hour mark, and then right around the 7 hour mark it disappears. Versatility, masculine leaning, great for the spring and summer, great for formal scenarios. It's not too casual, although I will argue the first two Apex fragrances give more of a formal vibe. I also think this one gives more of a daytime summer formal vibe as well. And I think it's going to cater to anybody of any age. As far as the presentation goes, absolutely beautiful. Roja Parfums presentations are second to none. If you've ever owned anything from this brand, you know just how lavish and elaborate they look, quite luxe. My final verdict on this fragrance is, if you are a fan of the original, if you like your fragrances to go in a bright, citrusy, zesty direction with a bit of mint and some freshness and some brightness, I think you're really going to enjoy Apex Eau Intense by Roja Parfums. So there you have it. Thank you so much for joining me today. Thank you so much for tuning in. That was my review of the brand new Apex Eau Intense by Roja Parfums. Are you interested in picking up this fragrance? I want to start the dialogue down below, so drop your comment down below, and also let me know, do you have a favorite fragrance from the brand Roja Parfums? If you do, I'm always curious to get your thoughts, and I love the interaction. I try to reply to as many comments as possible. But anyway, thanks again for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the bell, and give this video a thumbs up. I love you all, and we'll see you tomorrow with a new episode.